Hey, welcome guys back to the channel. Maverick here with another episode of Majo no Tabitabi. Last episode was another reunion episode where we met the adorable Saya, who's now a fully fledged witch, and who is once again fawning over Elaina, right? Whether she likes it or not. Now, with that being said, all things come to an end, and it's time for Elaina to continue her own adventures once again, and that is basically it, right? To be honest, for the last episode, I was more interested in the aspect of, how witches are typically viewed or treated in this world. It seems that they do have this quite literally this higher authority than many people. Like, they can literally waltz into a lot of places and, well, I mean, they have the power to do so, but once again, I do feel like them interfering in the internal matters of various different countries and whatnot, it doesn't completely sit right with me. I don't know if the anime is going to address these certain issues and whatnot, or it's more of a, just deal with it. We're here for some other stories and situations that Elaina gets herself into. So, we'll have to see about that. In any case, well, let's just see what exact kind of situation that Elaina gets herself into this episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Kadokawa. Left side and the right side of that country. Alright. This is talking about Berlin. What? Oh, okay. And so the more and more people who carve it in will eventually topple the entire wall? Yeah, said the same thing. Right, and then they each keep on carving until eventually the wall is carved out. And then eventually it will tumble down. Also, this is Elaina, right? That was probably her mom. As we've had already sort of established a few episodes ago, right? Elena's mom was probably also a legendary traveler. In fact, she was probably Nike, right? The adventurer who Elaina loves so much. So I guess because it's not literally something that happens overnight, right? The wall. So perhaps it's now going to be Elaina who's there just to witness it falling. But that seems a pretty straightforward story, though, so I don't really see how, like, what else they could literally add to it. Alright. The wall itched by travelers. Right. And so, that is where Elaina went. Oh wait, Saya's here as well? Alright. Yeah, you can see how the wall is being destroyed little by little. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys could literally carve something out using magic. $10, eh? Where's Elaina? Is she on the other side? No. She's literally not there yet. And she's like, what the? Already? No, that was her mom. Right. And then eventually the whole thing collapsed. Yeah, they just basically Saya sped up the process by like a few decades. Well, hey, you have another tourist attraction. I mean, I'm pretty sure that. That's true. She's going to find her name on that piece, isn't she? Yeah, so indeed, there wasn't too much to see in that story. On to the next one. So many grapes, eh? Are you guys gonna make wine? Oh, yep. It's a vineyard. Because of a traveling witch. Yep. Okay, so again, her mom? Yep. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, she. Oh, she. I wonder if it's her mom then, or if it was actually her. Huh? So Elena's going to stomp some grapes. Yep. Oh. 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 Hello. You know, the funny thing is, I originally actually thought that they each called their own village this village and then called the other village that village. But it looks like they're literally called this and that. Undersized girl. Well, that's kind of true. Yeah, they're really making fun of her figure in these past few episodes. Oh. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Now, honestly, I feel like for marketing purposes, they should have had her be in her witch clothes instead. Okay. Of course not. You guys are seriously stupid. Well, no shit, dude. I like how they called it out themselves. Oh? So this is when they... Seriously? Oh, is she gonna get drunk? Yep. Ah. Woohoo! Wow. She was gone. Of course. Oh wow. She managed to keep herself completely clean. That was great. Good job, Rosemary. There it is. Oh, isn't she right there? Of course. Well, okay. I watched something, I guess. Anyways, that's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Alrighty, so today we actually have two little short stories in this episode. The first one with the wall dividing the two countries. Well, first of all, I think the biggest takeaway from this episode is the identity of Nikkei, right? Because I think by now it's all but confirmed that Nikkei is actually Elena's mom. And one big clue here, one big hint here, is actually in the voice actresses, the Seiyu, because if you guys go back to episode 1 and look at who the Seiyu is for Elena's mom, it is actually Ito Shizuka-san. And then also in this episode, with Nikkei speaking, we also see that it is Ito Shizuka-san. So I think with this, we can pretty much confirm the fact it is as we guessed. So Elena's mom is the legendary traveler Nikkei, and then of course her pupil would be Fran, who then turned out to be Elena's teacher. So it has like this cute this how can I put it, this lineage that comes down here and carrying on this traveling tradition, right? Now, as for the actual story at hand, I think I think it's also pretty straightforward. That's why even originally I was thinking, how exactly are they going to expand on this story? And so indeed they didn't really expand on it. They made it into a short story. So with Nikkei basically doing this and carving stuff into one side of the wall, and then also encouraging the other side to carve things into the wall and whatnot, it accomplishes two things, right? Two birds with one stone, and that is, number one, it basically encourages both sides of, both countries on both sides of the wall to basically do their best, right? Do their best to attract tourists, do their best to operate, be polite, be nice, be kind, have great food, have great entertainment, etc., etc., etc. It makes them strive to be better than each other, and competition breeds success, right? So that's one good byproduct of it. And the second thing is, again, we can clearly see how the wall keeps on eroding and eroding and eroding when more and more and more people are trying to leave their mark on it, and so on and so forth. You can probably guess that within decades, the wall would probably be eroded completely away, and then by that time, with both sides both sides striving to do their best, and then seeing how each other side is also doing their best as well, maybe by that point everybody would have forgotten about their differences and whatnot, and they would become whole again, right? At least that's the theory here. Now, of course, Saya had to come around and then basically speed up the whole process by many decades, right? So without her, probably we're looking at, I don't know, maybe a multi-generational thing. Maybe Elaina, once she gets there, the wall will still be there, and then we're gonna have to wait like another 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50, or even longer before the wall actually falls off. So Saya being there, kind of like an, not an intended consequence, but it turned out to be great in the end, right? It turned out to work great for both sides. And so that's basically it for the first little short story there. The unintended consequences of a witch's action. Which actually carries nicely to the second little short story as well, with the whole, winemaking thing. Honestly, there's not too much to comment on that one. Elaina just basically got herself drunk, and the whole tradition of throwing grapes and that festival and whatnot, let's say that it was pretty lucky that the villagers took it so well, right? Because, if you go for a more pessimistic point of view, you could consider a world where both sides, both villages get angry at Elaina because she literally wasted so many of their precious grapes that they're using to make wine, right? That's basically the village's livelihood, and they just wasted it away. So, although, I guess, even in that kind of scenario, it might have the effect of uniting the two villages as well, because now they have a common enemy, right? You either have a common goal or a common enemy, and that's typically how you unite people together. So, I don't know, I feel like perhaps even that would have been a better outcome. I mean, at the end of the day, the outcome is the same, it's just whether or not they regard Elaina, whether they hold her in high regard, or they're like, this witch was a curse that swept across our land. Which actually would be funny, I feel, and it would be quite fitting as well to basically operate on the exact opposite of how her mom operated. But, well, this is the story that we got, and so this is what we get, right? And that's pretty much it for this episode. I really don't think there's too much else to comment on for this one. I guess that you can consider this sort of like an interlude before we get into another longer story once again. So, that's it for today. Thank you guys, and, well, I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.